Hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. In this video, we're going to talk about the steps that you need to take to get you into a life that you love living. And I'm on the stairs because it's symbolic of taking small steps. You're taking one step and you're staying here for a little bit. You're integrating, you're embodying where you're at and the lessons that you're learning. And then when you've reached that marker and your soul's like, okay, we learned everything we needed to learn on this step. Now it's time to take another step up. And you're not in charge of when you take the step. Okay. I know a lot of times people say, come on, like we're going to level up, we're going to do this. But a lot of times our soul won't move us until we've learned the lesson. And that could look like not moving from a job location, because essentially if you try to leave that step and go to the next one, you're going to go to a different environment, but attract the same situation. So if you're trying to leave a toxic relationship or a job, you're just going to go to another job or find another partner that's going to be playing out the same lesson. Okay. So if you are somebody who is always getting jealous and you're always so insecure about your partner going out and you just feel like you're never going to be happy in a relationship because you're always going to feel this anguish of not trusting the person, that's because you're on a step that you need to do your own healing, to look back at your past and see where you felt betrayed. Where did you feel like you couldn't trust somebody? Who betrayed you when you were 10 years old, when you were 15, when you were 6? Betrayal can come in so many different forms, but when we are feeling that traumatic moment of, I feel unloved, I feel abandoned, I feel rejected, we're feeling that at 7 years old from a father, from a mother, from a grandparent, from a sibling, from friends, that's a wound that is now in your energetic system. And you're carrying that with you now, and you keep trying to be in these partnerships and you're playing out that pattern of, I'm expecting somebody to abandon me. So now you're creating this scenario that you're trying to avoid, and you're in a partnership, you're on this step, you're not trusting the person, you're jealous all the time, you're questioning where they're going, you're looking through their phone, and you're thinking it's the person that's the problem. And I'm here to tell you, in some cases it is, but in most cases, you've attracted that relationship for your own growth. And if you quickly want to leave that and jump up a step, you're not really jumping up a step. You're just moving from this side to this side. You're not leveling up, you're not growing, you're literally maintaining and you're staying on the same level because you're not learning the lesson. And the lesson is to go back into the childhood, to figure out where that started, where's the root of that pain, and you mourn it, you grieve it, and you say, man, I was talking to myself, man, Michelle, you really were abandoned. Nobody paid attention to you, you were neglected, you were sexually abused, you were physically abused, you were diminished. No wonder why you're an adult now and you don't see your light. You don't think you have any value to add to the world. So you settle in these partnerships, or you're not even in a partnership. In my situation, I'm not even in a partnership because I don't want to settle, but I'm also scared to even take a step in because I'm terrified that they're going to leave me. And I don't want to feel that pain again. So I have to address that little girl inside of me and tell her that it's safe, and tell her that it's okay to step into love. It's okay to be scared. Talk to your partner, tell them your insecurities, tell them like, hey, this is a pattern for me to get jealous because I was abandoned and people did leave me for other people. And I'm just so used to that it's going to be hard for me to unlearn. So if you could be patient with me, that would be great. And that's healing it, talking through it. Your relationships are mirrors for all of your patterns. So be grateful when people show up and show you where you're at. They show you what step you're on. And then it's time to see it, to grieve it, to see the root of it, and then to really just work with it. You can't just cry it out and think that it's all done and over with. You have to talk to your partner about it. And if that partner is not willing to face their own shadow and to face their own patterns, then that's not the partnership for you. You need to step away from that partner and call in a partner that maybe is not perfect, but wants to do the work, and they want to talk to you. They want to tell you when they're feeling activated or when they're feeling like a pattern is popping up in their reality, and you're going to work through that. I've always desired to be a relationship coach, which is so funny because I've had so many deep patterns around relationships that I'm not even in a long-term one, but I consistently date. And in the last 2 years, I have not been consistently dating. And I'm 40 years old, and it's almost like I'm holding out for the best. I know what I'm worth. I know my patterns, but I'm not going to entertain somebody who's not willing to express their shadow, and they're not really willing to say, hey, this is a pattern of mine. Will you still love me? Will you work with me through this? And I made a commitment that I'm not going to date somebody unless they're willing to do that and to go there. And then that would be me leveling up, is when I'm finally taking the leap to have that conscious conversation with somebody and saying, hey, like, I'm willing to share energy with you if you're willing to share energy with me in this way. And it looks like this. So that's just one example of relationships. But if you're talking about your career and you're at a job you don't like and you're thinking, I'm just going to quickly leave this job and go get another one, you're most likely going to attract the same type of boss, the same coworkers that drive you nuts. It's because you have something internally inside of you. You are just this magnet, and you're pulling in all the same things until you clear the magnet. And that's what I'm here to teach you, how to clear the magnet. How do we become aware of our patterns? What type of people or what type of situations are you consistently experiencing in your life? Pause this video right now, like it, subscribe, but pause this video and literally ask yourself, what are my patterns? Do I keep attracting unavailable people? Do I keep attracting jobs that they diminish me and they tell me I'm not good enough, or I always fear getting in trouble at the job? These are patterns. Are you attracting situations where you feel like you always have to people please to be seen? That's a pattern. And you write down every single pattern that you've been consistently seeing in the past however many years, and then you address it. And you write down the pattern, you say, I attract unavailable people. All right, now why do I do that? Go back to my childhood. What parent was unavailable? Who was unavailable? Where did I not feel loved? You write that down. And then you sit with it, and then you write your younger self a note and just say, listen, you're going to have a rough couple of years because people are not going to show up for you. People are going to abandon you, but I want to heal that for you. Let's reverse all of that. Let's tell a new story. Let's tell a story that we are always loved and we're protected and we're shown up for and we're seen and we're heard. And you write a letter to that little version of yourself, and you tell yourself, you're not going to do these patterns. I'm going to help you unlock this. I'm going to help you heal this so you can live a happy, abundant life without the internal struggle of not feeling fulfilled. Because people are looking for money, for jobs, for homes to fill this void. But what they're really looking for is love. And they're thinking it's coming from all of these external sources, but it's really you connecting and tethering back to your soul and to your connection with source. So this also represents a staircase to heaven, a staircase to the universe. You are rising up, and you're realizing that the love you've been looking for your whole life is up here. It's God, it's the universe. And this love is so powerful and can only be felt through magic, through God showing up for you, through all the things that are happening in your life, the miracles, oh my gosh, I can't believe this just happened out of nowhere, or I just bumped into this person and they introduced me here and it led me to this amazing career. It's all those synchronicities. That's all God's doing. It's all the universe is doing. And it's because you're connected to source. And when you're on the staircase and you're rising up, you're looking at your patterns, you're healing your past, you're choosing differently, you are changing and moving out of situations that are not a match to your vibration, and you're allowing your soul to move you up each level. Okay, you're not trying to grab the wheel and do it yourself. You're not saying, I'm going to leave this person because they trigger me. There's something inside of you that is being triggered. It is not them triggering you. It is something inside of you. Always remember that. And then tether yourself back to the universe. Ask your angels and guides, why am I being triggered? Write it down, write the root, where it came from, heal it, and then move on. And talk about it as you're moving up each step. You know, because we have a pattern and we become aware of it, it doesn't just go away. It takes practice and it takes work. And it's communicating it to people that, you know, it might be playing out with. And that could look like a jealousy in a partnership, or maybe you're out with friends and you feel a need to compete with them. You know, tell your friend, be like, I'm really sorry that like, I didn't want you to feel joy because I wanted to feel joy. And you're like, wow, I can't believe that's so immature of me. But then you talk to your friend about it and say, you know what, this comes from childhood because I felt like my siblings always took the joy. You know, I could never really have my moment. And you talk about it. And then your friend knows that maybe that's a sensitive topic for you and they're going to be more nurturing to your energy when that happens the next time. Okay, so when you want to level up in life, let your soul move you. Become aware of your patterns, be willing to dive deep and to get to the root, to grieve it, and then talk about it moving forward, and only surround yourself with people that are willing to do the work. That's the one piece where we do have to take a step, is we have to move away from people who are not willing to do the work, because the older version of ourselves attracted them into our reality, and we're not a match to that anymore. So we have to take a step away. All right, lovies, if you need help, I do one-on-one coaching. Everything's in the description box below. I'm sending you so much love. Let's go level up. Let's look at our patterns. Let's be better. Let's speak open and communicate our needs. You are so loved and you are safe. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.